Hello students, welcome back to AriserTalent. I am your maths teacher Arpita Sharma. Student, we are discussing this chapter linear equation in two variables, and we have covered the very different kind of questions, numericals, right, and exercise questions. So basically the name of our chapter, start writing the name, linear equation in two variables, okay, and student, as you know, we have covered all the complete theory parts, okay, all basic parts we have covered in that, and we were doing some questions, right, and we have covered the graph questions plus the language questions, okay. So the next question is, from the choice given below, choose the equation whose graphs are given in figure 1 and figure 2. Now don't get confused because you are not getting any figures here. This is here, this side. These two figures are here, and the question is given that from these two figures you have to choose the equation whose graph are given in figure. So you have to find out that these graph belongs to which equation. So basically for figure 1, these four equations are given. So you have to find out that whether this or maybe both of them are the correct equations for this graph or not. Similarly, you have to tell about this particular figure that this graph is having which one as its equation, okay, right. So because they are straight lines, so that means that your equation will be linear, right. So this is for sure that equation will be linear. Now how to find out that? How we locate point on graph? If I'll reverse the question will be, how will you find out the point on graph? Let us suppose if I am having x plus 2y equals to 1, which is your equation. What will you do? You will have x0 here, 2y will be equals to 1. From there you will be getting y equals to 1 by 2. So now what will you do? You will locate these 2 points on graph. Similarly, that does mean what? If you are having the equation and having some values and plotting it on graph, that means these values should satisfy these equations. That means the value of the points, that means if you are having a point P1 here, having values as x1, y1, and P2 here, having values at x2, y2, and the line is passing through these points. When you put the x1, y1 value here in the equation, the RHS should be equals to LHS. Similarly, when you put the value x2, y2 in this equation, there also this should satisfy this equation. That means RHS should be equal to LHS. Okay. So this is the method how we are going to do this. Now first given equation, what you are having, right, we are having points, not equation. So I am having these points. For the figure 1, you may say we are having these points, 3 points, minus 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, minus 1. So given points, let P1, P2 and P3 are what? Minus 1 comma 1, then 0 comma 0, and the third one is 1 minus 1. Okay. Now I am checking for figure 1. So this is the first part. But I have given with these equations. So I am checking for the first equation. So the first equation is what, students? This first equation is y equals to x. Okay. Check for P1, P2 and P3. Right, students? So now we will check it for P1, P2, P3. How? For P1, which is -1, 1, x equals to -1, y equals to 1. Right. Now this is equation 1, given equation, putting values in equation 1, or you can say this as what? Y minus x or x minus y equals to 0. That should be 0. Alright, okay. So if this this equation satisfied by these points, this point -1, 1, okay, and also by P2 0, 0, and also by P3 1 minus 1, then this is the equation. Now putting value in equation 1, which is right there, -1 minus value of x is -1 minus 1, that is value of y, equals to what? -1 minus 1. Now -1 is -2. We will not be checking it for P2 and P3. Why? Because we checked it for P1 and that fails. That means which is not equals to what? This is your RHS. Okay, this is not equals to 0. That means y equals to x is not the equation of figure 1. Now this is clear that y equals to x is not an equation of this figure 1. In case that's equation satisfying by this P1 point, then we have to try for P2 and then we have to try for P3. If this satisfied by all these 3 points, then only the equation is the correct equation for that given figure. Okay. Now done that, note this, noted. Next equation. So students, next equation is given. What is this? This x plus y equals to 0. This is my equation number 2. Okay. Now check for P1 minus 1, 1, x equals to -1 and y equals to 1. Similarly, what we will do now? Putting values of x and y in equation 1. Now when we will put these values in equation, what will we get? X plus y equals to 0. X is what? -1. Y is what? 1. This is -1 plus 1 equals to 0. This implies that LHS equals to RHS or RHS equals to LHS, whatever you want to write. Right. So P1 set is only point P1 satisfying this. Okay. This is for check for P1. So check for P2, which is 0, 0. Okay. Now let's have a look. That will be -0 plus 0 and that will be 0 of course. So yes, LHS equals to RHS. Right. P1 has been satisfied, P2 has been satisfied. Do we really need to check for P3? You don't need to, but just check it. Check for P3, and P3 is what? 1 comma minus 1, right? This implies that x equals to 1 and y equals to minus 1. Now do the same procedure here. 1 plus minus 1 equals to 1 minus 1 equals to 0. Again LHS equals to RHS. So look here, these 3 points P1, P2 and P3 are satisfying this equation. What? Satisfying this equation x plus y equals to 0. These 3 points are, we have taken from the graph given figure. So that means it is having one solution, and what is this? X plus y equals to 0. Okay. Now the next is y equals to 2x. So we have to check it for this too, because we can have another answer as true also. So okay, now you know the procedure. The third one, given equation is what? Y equals to 2x, so I can write it 2x minus y equals to 0, and this is my equation third. Now again P1 minus 1 comma 1. Now you know how to check it. Just put the value 2 multiplied by minus 1 minus y, and this is minus 2 minus 1 minus 3, which is not equals to 0. Simply denied, this is not the equation. About the fourth one. Fourth one is what? 2 plus 3y equals to 7x. Now this kind of equation can be written in the standard form ax plus by plus c equals to 0, and that will be ax plus ax minus 2y minus 2 equals to 0. Now what I have to do? Just put the values P1, which is what? Minus 1 comma 1. Now by getting the values here, I will be having this equation as 7 multiplied by minus 1 minus 3 multiplied by 1 minus 2. Okay, so that will be minus 7 minus 3 minus 2, and this is completely not equals to 0. That means these two are all not the equation for the graph. Note it. What does that mean? That this figure is having this equation. Should I write x plus y equals to 0? X plus y equals to 0. This is the equation for this graph. Okay, now have a look towards the figure 2. Right. Now for figure 2, these equations are given. So I am talking about the second number. Okay. The number 2, and here the points are what? The points are, look at here, minus 1 comma 3, 2, 0, 2, second number point. So I will assume to be P1 here, P2 here, and P3. P3 is what? 2 comma 0. Now can I do this process a little bit faster? Okay. So for the first point I am getting equation this y equals to x plus 2. Now that will be converted in the equation x minus y plus 2 equals to 0, and this is my equation number 1. Now what will I do? Will put the values minus 1 and 3 as x and y. So minus 1 plus 3 plus 2, that will be minus 1, this is minus 3. Okay, so minus 1 and minus then 3 plus of 2 equals to what? Minus 4 plus 2, and that will be minus 2, and this is not equals to 0. Finish. We don't need to check it for P2 even. Okay, so the second number, you are having this equation y equals to x minus 2, and that will be converted into x minus y minus 2 equals to 0, and we will name it equation second. Okay, now put the values of x and y here. The value of x is, in this case 0, sorry, in this case it is, value of x is minus 1 for P1. For P1, x equals to minus 1, y equals to 3. Putting values in equation 2, equation 2 will be getting minus 1 minus 3 minus 2. Okay, right. So, we will be getting 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 6, and which is not equals to 0. So, okay, this is also not the equation. Now, the equation number 3rd I am talking about is y equals to minus x plus 2. So, that equation will be changing into, you can transpose both the terms here. So, that will be x plus y minus 2 equals to 0. Now, this is my equation number 3rd. Now, what will I do? For P1, first I will check x equals to minus 1, y equals to 3 here, right? Okay. After getting this, we will just have to put the values in this equation here. This implies that x is minus 1 plus y is 3 minus 2 equals to what? 3 and minus 3, 0. So, okay, for P1 it is satisfying. For P2, for P2 x equals to, students, what? Look here, for P2 x equals to 0 and y equals to 2. This implies that the equation will become 0 plus y is 2, 2 minus 2, and this is equals to what? 0, and this is cut by this, so 0. So, okay, this is satisfying, this is satisfying. Now, I am talking about for P3, we don't need to check, but we are checking it anyway. Okay, x will be equals to what? X for P3 will be 2 and y will be 0. So, now this implies that equation will be x is 2 plus y is, which is 0, minus 2. This is also 0. So, that means it is also satisfying. That means what, student? This equation number 4th, sorry, equation number 3rd is the equation for the graph. Okay. Now, we will check for the 4th one too. So, we will talk about the equation number 4 also here. So, equation 4 here. So, equation number 4 is what? Equation number 4 is x plus 2y equals to 6. Now, that will be converted into x plus 2y minus 6 equals to 0. Okay. Now, students, what will it be? X equals to minus 1 for P1. Okay. X equals to minus 1 and y equals to 3. This implies that if I am getting the values written in this format, in this equation, I will be getting minus 1 plus 2 multiplied by 3 minus 6, and that will be minus 1 minus 1 minus 6 is minus 7 plus 6 equals to minus 1. Here again it is not the equation. If it's failing for P1, we need not to check it for P2 and P3. Okay, right. So this third one is our equation, y equals to minus x plus 2, right? This is our equation. So that means this graph 2 we are talking about, it's having its equation equals to y equals to minus x plus 2, right? Or you can say that this equation is x plus y equals to 2 or x plus y minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so note this so that we can move forward. Done with this? Okay. Okay, so after that we are having our next question. We'll see in our next lecture, but what the question is saying is, if the work done by a body on application of a constant force is directly proportional to the distance travelled by the body, right? Express this in the form of an equation in two variable and draw the graph of same by taking the constant as 5 units. You have done this such kind of things in your physics also. Okay, so in physics also this having something in proportional or inversely proportional to something and plotting the graphs, it's very interesting, and in your higher classes you are going to have that in your box, because in each and every stream, whenever you will go, these graphs are going to follow you. So it's better that you will try to understand a better way from your beginning, right now in class 9th, from the class 9th. So here it is, the work done by the body. So work done, that is W, by a body on application of a constant force, okay, which is here, force is here, is directly proportional to the distance travelled by the body. So let's suppose it's travelling some distance s. So it is, this work done is directly proportional to the distance travelled by the body. Express this in the form of an equation in two variables, okay, and draw the graph. Now what you have to do, draw the graph, and same by taking the constant as 5 units. So your constant is 5 units, and also read from the graph the work done when the distance travelled by the body is 2 units and 0 units. Okay, so this is your question. We will discuss in our next lecture. Till then, enjoy life, study hard students. Take care. Bye bye.